All I can say is Trump was right. That's all you can say is Trump was right. If you listen to this, you can only say Trump is right. That's it.
Fulton County made a stunning admission about the 2020 election. After almost 5 years of assuring voters all procedures were followed, it turns out that may not be entirely true. Now they face some steep fines from the state elections board. Atlanta News First political reporter Doug Reardon is live tonight at the state capitol, where this all came out earlier this month. Doug.
Yeah, good evening, Blair. And those fines could crest $1 million if the state elections board gets exactly what they're asking for. Fulton County essentially admitted that there were unsigned tabulator tapes. Those are those pieces of paper akin to receipts that come out of the voting tabulation.
Hold on. Wasn't Fonnie and the rest of them dragging Trump and when he said that it was a setup and when he said that there was fraud in this election, all of a sudden, a year later, we mysteriously decide and we figure out that the tabulator tapes were not signed. And this is well into about 300,000. This is well into about 300,000 votes, right?
Machines that help them verify how many people voted and to make sure that it actually matches the number of votes that were cast. Those are unsigned, and that violates state law. The board also admitted that they were missing some documents tied to 2020.
But it's a violation of a rule. They should have done it.
A stunning admission earlier this month from an attorney representing Fulton County's election board.
The tapes that are an issue in this case have been produced. They just weren't signed.
The ticker tapes she's talking about, shown here, are almost like receipts spit out by voting tabulators on election night. State law says they must be signed by poll workers for verification, but some...
Oh, okay. So if the poll workers did not sign these tapes to verify that the individuals who cast these votes are individuals that can vote in that state, oh my gosh, they can. The reason why, and I've seen this when I go to vote, being in Georgia, the ticker tape comes out, you sign it, you give it to them, they look at your ID, oh, verify, blah, blah, and they're on their way. So the poll workers are supposed to verify this.
150 tapes tracking the votes of some 315,000 people during early voting in 2020 weren't signed.
At best, this is sloppy.
350, 15, did he say 15 or 50? 350? What? Wow.
Voting in 2020 weren't signed.
At best, this is
Hold on. Let me. I didn't go far enough. This is crazy.
People during early voting in 2020 weren't signed.
At best,
I keep missing this. I keep missing it. Let me go all the way back. This is crazy.
Spit out by voting tabulators on election night. State law says they must be signed by poll workers for verification, but some 150 tapes tracking the votes of some 315,000 people during early voting in 2020 weren't signed.
At best, this is sloppy and it's lazy. At worst, it could be egregious, and it could have affected an election.
Some other ticker tapes.
It could have affected the election. Sis, it did affect the election.
Documents tied to the 2020 election were also missing, the county said. The revelation made waves nationally. Even Elon Musk posted about it. Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger assured it wouldn't have altered the results of the election that was audited and verified several times over. Raffensperger posting online, quote, "A clerical error at the end of the day does not erase valid legal votes."
A clerical error could be one tabulator tape not signed or one tabulator tape missing, not 148 tabulator tapes missing.
Garland Favorito, who runs the conservative watchdog group Voter GA, said the admission is disturbing to people who've had doubts about the 2020 election for years.
It's not vindication. It's just about accuracy and in the integrity and security of future elections.
And that wasn't it for Fulton County this month. Just last Friday, a judge down the hill here ruled that they have to turn over images of ballots from 2020. It was something they had been fighting the state elections board on for well over a year. We're outside the state capitol. Doug Reardon, Atlanta News First.
Ooh. Oh, man, it's about to be a snowstorm. And, I think the reason why we haven't seen this publicized so heavy on national news is because they're so focused on Minnesota and what's taking place in Minnesota. So nobody's really looking at this. It's flying, but it's flying under the radar very much. Now, I want you to consider this. He's like, Leon, you're everybody's tripping. Consider this right here. I'm gonna put this up here real quick. All right, Trump, 2,663,000 votes. Harris, 2,548,000 votes. This was what 2020 as of 2025. This is the voting layout as of 2025. Okay, this gave Trump Georgia. We saw that. But this blue part right here, this is all Fulton County, Atlanta. This is all Fulton County. Probably, Fulton County is the most heavily populated county in Georgia. More people per what is it? Well, heavily populated per capita, right? Heavily populated. Yes, he won Georgia. But what happened in Fulton County? What happened in Fulton County? I say it again, like, they playing with you, man. They playing with us.
Next case, Fulton County tabulation issue 2022-015. Fulton County is the respondent. Is there a representative of Fulton County? Yes. Afternoon.
This is my good afternoon for the next 10 or 15 cases.
Yeah. Sticking with you here.
I've not seen the tapes myself, but we do not dispute that the tapes were not signed. It was a violation of the rule. Since 2020, again, we have new leadership and a new building and a new board and new standard operating procedures. And since then.
Oh, you know what? I'll take it back. What I showed you was 2024. That's 2024. I believe in 2020. If I'm correct, 2020, he didn't win it. 2020. That's why we had Biden going in office. So when I see this straight violation going back to 2020, my God, bro, I can't believe this. This is insane.
Fulton County in Georgia is under scrutiny after it emerged that some early votes from 2020 election were not signed by poll workers. Writing on X, various commentators allege voter fraud. The allegations came after on December 9th hearing before the Georgia State Election Board. Ann Brumbaugh, attorney for Fulton County Board of Registration Elections, said that some of the ballots were counted, lacked required poll worker signature during the 2020 election. Vote tabulation tapes are signed to verify the accuracy of votes before they are transported to a central office and used for auditing the ballot, because there is no evidence that the ballots were not legitimate because they weren't signed. And some commentators noted that this was procedural lapse. A recounted hand audit of ballots in Georgia at the time confirmed Joe Biden won the debate. In the hearing, the lawyer did not dispute that the tapes were not signed. It was a violation of the rule. She said President Trump and his allies have consistently claimed without evidence that the 2020 election was stolen from President Joe Biden, did not win in Georgia and other states. Trump claimed that the ballots were duplicated and that there were other voter fraud issues in the county. Vinny, what have you learned about this story?
And Humberto,
this is a Newsweek story I just read.
Yeah, I put it in to Rob's Slack. You'll see the girl in court, and she's admitting to it. Look at the Slack that I Slack Rob. But I want everybody to remember, not only was Trump saying it, when we were all saying it, when you were watching voting, yes, thanks. Humberto, hold on one second. When we were talking about cheating in Georgia, and this is Fannie Willis, this whole situation, okay? And let's not forget, Joe Biden won Georgia by 11,779 votes, okay? Now, 5 years later, they're admitting 315,000 votes were illegally counted.
So Trump administration they're gonna sue him concerning that. They're gonna sue him. They're gonna not just sue him, man. I think they're going to come at him really hard because they're saying that this didn't affect any type of outcome results, but it's clear. You can see, and I'm pulling it up myself while I'm talking to you. You can clearly see that 315,000 votes that weren't verified. Wow. That's insane. Because Trump got 137,000 votes. Joe Biden got 381,000 votes. Damn. What is this? This for 2020. Wow. And I'm not even making it up. Look at that. Not even making it up. This is for 2020. Huh. All I'm going to say is Trump was right. He was right. I don't know how this guy found out and figured this thing out, but he was right. Spot on right. Man, he nailed it. He really nailed it. Woo.